Namaste. Today we will practice a gentle sequence of about 15 minutes that concentrates on strengthening the abdomen and the back. If you have any injury related to these areas, please be very careful and skip any poses that bring pain or discomfort to your body. So let's begin. Sitting comfortably, cross legged on the floor, or using a pillow under the hips if the back is rounding. Gently close your eyes. Take a few deep breaths to settle in. Feel the belly and the chest expand and contract. And now slowly open your eyes and shift forward into a tabletop position using a folded towel or a blanket under your knees if your mat is a little thin or if you have sensitivity in your knees. Take a look at the two positions that we will be using for this practice. As you exhale, you'll draw the knee in towards the chest. And as you inhale, you'll raise the leg up and look up. This is called Vyagrasana, tiger pose. So let's try together. Lift your right knee off of the ground, bend the knee, bring the heel towards the buttock. As you exhale, draw the knee in towards the chest and bend your head forward, forehead towards the knee. Inhale and raise the leg up, look up. Exhale, draw the knee into the chest and round your upper back. Inhale, raise the leg back and up. Keep coordinating the breath and the movement. Keep your knee bent throughout. Press the floor away to feel the shoulders and the arms working as well. Exhale, feel your back stretching. Inhale, feel your belly and chest stretching. The front and back of the neck are also stretching and contracting alternately. You can reduce the movement if you feel discomfort or pain. Never push yourself in any yoga practice. Now switching to the other side. Raise your left knee off of the ground and exhale, round your back. Inhale, lift the leg back and up, looking up. Exhale, draw the knee towards the chest. Coordinating the breath and the movement. Try to keep all 5 fingers firmly planted on the floor, distributing the weight in the hands, flowing at the rhythm of your breath. Feel the shoulder blades moving away from the spine as you exhale. And feel your belly and chest stretch as you inhale. Your belly, your back, front and back of the hip, the neck, all of these areas are getting strengthened. And now slowly move your hips back towards your heels and sit back in Vajrasana. If you have any discomfort in your knees, you can try either sitting on a block or you can place a pillow between your buttocks and the heels. You can even try putting the pillow under your ankles if you need to. Good. And now shift forward to your tabletop position again and step the right leg back behind you. Stretch your left arm forward and keep your left fingertips on the floor. The knee and the hip of the standing leg should be in the same line. And now try to lift your right leg up to about hip height. If you can balance, lift your left fingertips off of the ground and stretch that left arm forward, keeping the belly drawing in, and make sure your lower back is not dropping, keeping a neutral spine. Just the natural curve of the lower back is in place and the belly is drawing in. Notice the front of the knee, it should be straight. Good, and now release. Let's switch to the other side. Step your left leg back behind you and your right fingertips on the floor in front. Press down into your right knee and left palm and raise your left leg off of the ground. Notice if you're dropping the belly and arching the back, try to draw the navel in, engaging your stability muscles in the lower belly, and pick up your right hand when you're comfortable. Stretch forward with your right fingertips, maybe looking straight forward in line with the fingers. If it doesn't work for your neck, you can look straight down. Make sure your left palm is firmly pressing into the floor. Good, and now release. Slowly lowering into Balasana, child's pose. Moving the hips back to your heels. Lowering the forehead either directly on the mat or maybe using a prop under your head if your forehead doesn't touch the ground. A couple of easy breaths here, in and out of the nose. And slowly shift into a seated position. Feet are on the ground in front of you. If your tailbone is feeling pressure against the floor, you can use a small pillow or a folded towel just under the tailbone to give it some cushion. But if you use a very large cushion, then you will lose balance in this pose. So try to keep a very small towel or a folded blanket under your hips if you need it. Now move your torso back, keep your spine straight, and feel the weight in your toes begin to reduce. Pick up one foot, lower it down, other foot, lower it down, and then lift both legs up if you're comfortable. Try not to round your back, keep the spine straight, draw the navel in. Notice if the belly is sticking out, if you're pushing outward. Draw the navel in instead and continue to breathe. If you need to, continue to hold the back of your thighs. Otherwise, keep your arms parallel to your body. You can have your fingertips on the floor as well. That can help you to balance. You can even straighten out the legs to add a little more intensity. Make sure the belly is drawing in. Good, and now take a break. Lower the feet down, roll over your thighs, and relax. One more round, but before we do that, just move your knees up and down in Baddha Konasana, butterfly, and then go back into your Navasana. Bringing the body into a V shape, balancing on your buttocks. Arms can be to the side, legs can be straight. Any of the variations that you saw in the previous round that worked best for you. Feel the effort in the belly and maintain your balance. Good. And now slowly release and relax. Removing the prop out of the way if you used it. Lie down on the mat. Move the props out of the way. Place your palms on your belly and chest, observing the rise and fall of the belly. Navasana can be quite an intense pose. Take a few breaths to relax. Now hug your knees into the chest and rock a little bit from side to side, adjusting yourself till your lower back is almost flat on the ground. Reach your arms out to shoulder height. And now slowly look towards your left fingertips and drop your knees towards the right side. Try not to drop your knees all the way to the floor. Just reach and float. Inhale and come back to center. And exhale, drop your knees towards the left side, looking towards the right. Feel the effort in the midriff, in the muscles that help you in twisting, the obliques. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, drop again to your right. Inhale and return to center. Exhale, drop your knees to the left and look towards the right. Continue at your own pace, coordinating your movement to match your breath. On the last round, we're going to drop the knees all the way down to the floor. And place the right hand against the left outer hip or thigh for support. Couple of easy breaths here. And release. Come back to center and drop your knees towards the left. Look towards the right side. Left arm against the right outer thigh this time for support. If you don't need the support, you can keep the arm flat on the ground like you had it at the beginning. Just relax and let go. And now slowly return to center. Place the sole of the left foot on the ground and raise the right leg up. Check to make sure that your back is not arching. There should be no gap between the back and the floor. Draw the navel in and lower the lower back to the ground. If your hamstrings are tight, you can bend the lifted leg knee. If possible, keep the leg straight and begin to lower the leg down. Notice if your back starts arching. So this puts a lot of pressure on your lower back. Instead, lower the leg only up to the point where your lower back is still on the ground. If you feel it lifting off of the floor, then stop at that position and raise the leg up a little bit higher where you are more comfortable and can keep the back on the floor. That is your limit. Now lift the leg straight up again. Exhale and drop only up to that point. You can point your toes if you like, and maybe you can go a little bit lower. Inhale and lift. And if both of these options don't work for you, place the palms under your buttocks and continue with the same movement. This gives a lot more support. And those who want a little more intensity can stretch the left leg out in front on the ground and continue the same movement in the right leg. Ensure that your belly is drawing in and that you're breathing continuously. The lower back is making contact with the floor. There may be a slight gap between the lower back and floor, and that's just your natural lower back curve, and that's okay to have. Now let's switch to the other side. Lift your left leg up and check to make sure your belly is engaged. Exhale and lower the left leg down. Inhale and lift it up. The feeling in your belly is as if you're tightening up a corset around your midriff, like you're drawing the belly in to wear a tight pair of pants. And if you want to increase the intensity, you can straighten the right leg out in front of you. belly drawing in, completely aware of the whole movement. Slow and steady. Lift and lower. And now slowly release. Hug your knees into the chest and rock a little bit from side to side, giving your lower back a massage. And now adjust yourself, relaxing on the floor in Shavasana. Toes pointed out, heels in, arms by your side. Rest in Shavasana for 2 to 3 minutes till you feel comfortable before you sit up and continue with your meditation or pranayama practice for today. Namaste.